That was a lot more work than I anticipated. Hello! As you can probably tell by now, I am depressed.
Hello, depressed. I'm Dad.
Why are you like this? I thought today would be a nice time for all of us to go on the adventure of my depression. Beforehand, it had been just like depression symptoms. Sophomore year is when it started becoming debilitating. In high school, I was super anxious and nervous about doing well in school and like my life and who I was as a person and not doing art enough and then not doing all these things. And so that was how I felt all the time, 24/7. I was always stressed. My mind was just racing with things I had to do, things I should be doing, which I wasn't. And it was overwhelming and awful, and it made me feel bad. So the way I coped with all the anxiety was to just not do anything, and that was depression. So in a weird analogy, let's compare it to a dam and a river. My thoughts are the river, it's all going through. You know, a healthy dam is kind of open in certain areas. This isn't scientifically correct, but the water is going through slightly and controlled. When I was overwhelmed with anxiety, the floodgates were 100% open, 200%, and it was just a raging river of non-stop current. And so to cope with this, I was like, oh, the floodgates are 100% open, I should close the floodgates. And then there are no thoughts coming through. It's just all piled up in the back of your mind, but hey, you don't have to deal with it because it's not here right now. And yeah, that's a weird way to put it, but yes. So in the grand scheme of things, high school, that's when I started getting debilitatingly depressed. Senior year of high school, that's when it got worse. I had to decide what I wanted to major in college, where I want to go to college, what career I wanted for the rest of my life. It's like I'm 17, guys. I'm expected to make a decision that has to determine my happiness for the rest of my life. No, that's not gonna happen. I'm so indecisive. I can't even decide what I want for breakfast most mornings. And then I went to college because my parents basically said, go here. I was like, oh, okay, I don't know what I'm doing, but sure. So freshman year, I was just anxious and worried and sad and overwhelmed the entire time because I was just not in a good mental space to be continuing school at the moment. I managed to get through freshman year with just a little bit of problems, such as, you know, not sleeping at all, as, you know, the college kids do. Relatable. And just a little bit of self-hate, like every time you cross the street, you're like, what if I get hit by a car today? Then I won't have to go to class. But I've been here before. I got through high school, nobody knew I was depressed, and I was able to just deny it the whole time, and that worked out fine. I can do the same thing with college. Then sophomore year arrived. First semester of my sophomore year was when everything got worse. Come to think of it, I guess sophomore year is just a bad time for me. That was when I was majorly depressed, didn't even get out of bed, had no motivation to do anything, much less go to class. Sometimes just, you know, didn't even have motivation to eat. It was a grand old time, and I decided then that was when I needed to get help. And at my college they had counseling for free, and I just kind of showed up one day. I was like, someone talk to me, I want to drop out and I am sad. And then I got a counselor, and I talked to the counselor once a week, and that was the only thing I looked forward to each week, and that's the only thing I did for a while. And then she helped me decide, hey, I think you should take a break from school because it sounds like it's killing you. And I was like, yeah, that sounds good. And so I dropped out. I didn't technically drop out, I took a medical withdrawal, and that worked out. I didn't have to get Fs the entire semester, so yay. But yeah, and then I stopped going to counseling because I wasn't a student anymore and I couldn't afford the counseling sessions just on my own because I was living with my parents and unemployed and uneducated. So that's what I did for the next 6 months. And that was rough too. And then I did my whole little adventure to New Mexico and Utah, and I took a 1.5 year gap year to do that. Throughout my whole little adventure, I could tell I still had depression days. And now I've been back home for a few months. The depression kind of set in again, and it got kind of bad. I'm happier, but I'm still kind of depressed. But I'm not as depressed as I was before. So, it comes and goes. My depression is basically me just not caring about anything at all, and that's been me recently, is just, I don't care. And for a while, I was like, I don't need medication. I can deal with it on my own. Again, that's a really bad idea, and it's a mistake I made before, but I still did it. And a couple days ago, I started taking medicine. So I think I've been on it for like a week. It sets in 2 to 3 weeks. Like sets in as it like starts affecting your body. So I'm excited for that. And even just going to the doctor and like taking steps to improve your depression, that's helped me a lot. I'm getting out of bed and like moving around and doing things that I want to do more, which is good. And I've been getting through it by editing photos and taking photos a lot, and then also doing more YouTube videos and editing that. It's keeping me busy and I like it. I enjoy it. And when you don't care about anything at all, if you enjoy something, you gotta go for it. So yeah, that's me and my brain space. I guess this video is just like me announcing to the world that I am depressed. I'm depressed! But I did kind of announce it already like 2 years ago on Facebook, so... I'm still depressed! I think about depression and anxiety and mental health a lot, and it's such a big part of my life, and I found that I was trying to hide it from things and also hiding it from my YouTube videos and whatever, not really talking about it. And then that sucks. It makes me feel like I can't do YouTube videos because I'm hiding part of myself, and I just wanted to declare that to the YouTubes. So I'm gonna talk about depression and anxiety a bit more and how it affected me and how I kind of work with it and live with it. And yeah. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video, me chatting. Thank you for listening to me. I highly appreciate it. And I'll see you next week.